Hey guys, hey, yesterday, yesterday was a pretty good day. To be honest, hung out with Diabetes Dan and talked to, well, you gentlemen already know who I talked to, because y'all be in the comments. But I don't know, I record some clips of these watermelon targets, because me, Dan, and one of our normie friends came over. We were just shooting stuff, cardboard boxes, whatever, drew targets on the boxes, shot Coke can stuff. But I drew like soy jacks on the watermelons, but I don't think I should upload that on here because that would probably get me banned based on what some of them were. But yesterday I recorded Fake Cell Chronicles with the Diabetes Stan. And one thing he was talking about is he's basically trying to like Dionysian Max, as in partake in the Dionysian aspect of Aryan culture. And if you want, I mean, this may not be completely accurate, but if you want a general idea on what diabetes stands, like philosophical worldview is, he's like I guess you can call it an esoteric absurdist. He'd be something like that. But I don't want to like label him something that he is admitted to. That's just what it always seemed like to me. What he is. Then again, the whole thing with labels like that is, nobody ever perfectly falls in line with any one single ideology or philosophy. So, but I would say that's what he's closest to, probably, is like an esoteric absurdist, something like that. And we also talked about like alcohol maxing, but another thing too is today at work wasn't really all that bad either. I know these past like two videos I did, I took the last two videos I did down. Mainly just because, well, the last one I did, I was just like, and this is cringe. I'm getting rid of it. And the other one before that, where I talked about checking out early. I think I was just being like a little whiner, to be honest. I think what happens is at least for me, it seems like if you just go long enough without having a day that you would consider overall enjoyable, you just like slowly you like degrade and degrade in your emotional state. Because it's not like I'm hopping for joy right now, but I'm on the upper end of content at the moment in my mental state. And I think that's why I want to talk about Dionysian maxing, in that people tend to go back and forth between Apollonian and Dionysian. And if you're not familiar with those terms, Apollonian would describe the traits associated with that as like order, law, logic, rationality. Basically, overall, being like a serious, very serious person, a very orderly person, a very philosophical person. And the Dionysian aspect would be things like passion. Um, you could describe it as hedonism. That's not necessarily accurate, though. Being joyful, carefree, living in the moment. I'm going to try to force myself to do that because I'll be honest, the only time I'm like kind of like a serious cell in that most of the time I'm trying to like be super serious, I guess, in a way, even though I cut up on here. And it feels like the only time I can like loosen up and joke around and like try to have a little fun, make jokes and stuff is either making these videos talking guys to this sphere or talking like the only IRL person I really have is like Diabetes Stan, I guess, to talk like that too. In which I can be serious with them anyways, but that's just because they're actually like good faith and will try to have conversations with you. Uh, the normie neurotypicals, oofy doofies I encounter out in the world voids. It's better for me if I just try to avoid conversation with those as much as possible. I'll just say yes or no and then try to like scurry off like a roach somewhere. But I need a low inhibition max, Dionysian max in public, probably just to. I'm not necessarily saying taking huge risk, like don't go to jail, but I don't know, maybe I'll try to like head on off to like Alaska for like a month or something, or Montana, whatever. Honestly, I need to take like a vacation or something. I just need to go somewhere, do something. Or out in public, maybe like do like a quarter of what Frank Hassel's willing to go. Like diet Frank Hassel max out in public. That would be Dionysian in a way. Just try find joy where I can. I'll probably just start saying super edgy jokes around normies and see how they react. I'm sure some of them will laugh, probably find it funny. Then us too, it'd be funny just to see them like soy out and be like, "Oh, you can't say that. That's rude." Although I'll say it, dudes be like, "I don't care what anybody thinks about me." That they say a joke and everybody just ignores it and the looks on their face. Because like at the end of the day, you do want some social acceptance, but for each person, it's varying degrees of social acceptance or like attention, you know. Which me, I've never been super big on. I'd rather just have like a handful of people that I don't know I can relate to very well, and I've pretty much fulfilled most of that here on this channel. Because like there's literally like 5 of you guys that hop on here consistently and comment or whatever, hop on live streams, so I'm happy with that. Another thing I can add too is probably, man, today at work, uh, we were working at this place, and I was up near the front office, and I guess some of these people were like coming out for a break or they're like leaving work, whatever. And I'm sitting here working next to this door to the side of the office, and this old woman comes out, and she like scared the shit out of me. I was horrified for a second. I got scared because she came out, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie. It's called a Wishmaster. It's like a cheesy like horror movie, but she looked like Wishmaster when he was like in his demon form. That's what she looked like. She looked like Wishmaster. It scared me. I thought like I thought Wishmaster was about to give me a genie type wish in exchange for my soul or something. But or another thing I might do is like druid max. I'm just like become a druidic priest. Be like Celtic cat. How do you become a druidic priest? Easy. I just say I'm one and be one. Okay, I get me like some cool robes. I grow my beard and hair out real long. I start learning a lot of natural philosophy and moral philosophy. Don't write any of it down. And then I just go around and make moral judgments on people all day. Where I'm like, you broke the law, here's your punishment. Or I just talk about natural philosophy. And then I'll come home and like if I feel like I've been slighted by somebody, I just start casting spells. That would be base. Just start casting spells on people, whipping up potions, but I don't know, maybe I could druidic priest max. Be a druid. I don't even think priest is necessarily the right thing to ascribe to that because like they're as much philosophers as they were religious figures. Then again, we don't know a whole lot about them because they just refused to write anything down because they thought they took the power away from their philosophies and religion. Which, you know, there might actually be like some truth to that. I don't know. I think I don't know, maybe mass literacy wasn't necessarily such a great thing in that this is gonna sound woo woo, but spoken words have a power or magical element to them where if somebody speaks something, it at least with me resonates with me on a different level than just reading letters on a page. I don't know, it like demystifies language, I think, and how a written language categorizes and systematizes the language where it's a less unified whole. I hope I'm getting that across. I'm probably not. I probably sound like sub 20 IQ or something at the moment, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say there. I don't know. I think that's all I really want to say, guys. I hope y'all are doing well and y'all take it easy.